Aula 30, Intermediate, reading passage, Fear or Phobia. Hello, Oscar. How are you, my friend? Gloria, are you all right?
Hi, teacher. I'm fine, and you?
I'm very well, thank you. How's everyone else? For the ones that I haven't seen before. Carol, how are you?
I'm fine, teacher, and you? How was your trip?
It was very, very peaceful. Yes.
Yeah.
That's the best word to describe it, okay? Very calm. Not many people, okay? So I separated some photos to illustrate what I'm saying, just to show you how is the situation here in Europe at the moment, okay?
Okay.
All right. I think everyone is in. So as I was saying, you see, on the bus, I didn't take a picture because it was 4 o'clock in the morning, okay? But it was practically empty, 6 people only.
Oh
okay?
my gosh.
And then on the plane, I think there were about 50. Look, can you see the screen or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, teacher, very good.
Yeah, this is a kind of a big plane, no more than 50. And what impressed me was at the Brussels train station. That was unbelievable. Look at the time, Friday, understand? Lunchtime, which is supposed to be rush hour because everybody goes out for lunch, okay? I want you to pay attention at something. Let me see if I can find it here. Where are you, lunch? Where are you? Mm-hmm. This was the most impressive. Okay, I found it. Okay, I'll show it to you. I could not believe it. Look at the time, that's why I took the photograph. Look at the place, and look at the situation.
Teacher.
I am trying my best. I'm trying my best. I haven't seen it here yet, but look.
Oh my gosh, nobody.
I was the only one. Oh, 12:24, okay? I was the only single person on the platform.
Oh my gosh.
And this is a very busy place. I would say that at least 500,000 people pass by this place every single day.
Oh my gosh.
Nobody, okay? So you can see it was very peaceful, okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a subway, teacher, or a train to another city?
That was a train, yes. I took a train from the Brussels airport to Ghent, okay?
Okay.
Yeah, Ghent, the next station would be Bruges, okay? My brother lives exactly in between Ghent and Bruges, okay?
Okay.
Roberto,
yes.
Hi. Bruges, Belgium, Bruges.
Yes. For me, it's the most beautiful city in Europe.
I know Bruges. It's a beautiful city too.
Have you been there?
I've been there too.
I've been there too.
I love it there. I really
Nice,
love
nice place. Nice,
it.
nice
Yes,
place.
yes. Wonderful chocolate factory.
Ooh.
Oh.
Tomorrow I'm going to think of Regina a lot.
Don't speak more, teacher.
I made
about
her,
chocolate.
I promised her that one bite for me, one for her, okay?
only for me.
Yes, only for you, okay? Oh, not even for my wife, only for you, okay? One bite for me, one bite for you.
Of course, of course.
And I'm sure I'm not going to get in trouble. Well, hello everyone. For the ones that I haven't said hello, welcome to our class. Yesterday we were discussing the difference between sympathy and empathy. Tonight I'd like to change topics and go into another area, but also a common problem that people have. I don't know if you have already seen the material, if you have printed, if you have read or studied, but we are going to talk about the difference of fear and phobias. Okay?
Okay.
Anyway,
Interesting.
Fear
yes,
and phobia.
Very interesting.
it is. It is. As a matter of fact, it is. So what I want to know before we start listening is there anything that you guys are afraid of or that you
Yes.
have a phobia for?
I'm afraid of cats.
You
Yeah.
are, yes,
But the
Even-
younger one,
but the
small
strong, well-built
no, these
ones,
I
no,
like.
large shoulders, blonde hair. You're afraid of them?
No, this not this kind.
Ah, no, only the small ones. Yes.
Yeah, this one.
Interesting. If they're big ones, no problem.
No, I will scream, but the small ones are the worst for me.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay, you're afraid of kittens.
Yes.
Yes, the small cats. They say kitten. Yes. Okay. Is there anyone else that is afraid of anything?
No, I know.
I have a phobia.
Who is saying that, Carol?
Yes.
What
I
kind
have
of
I have a problem with sharks, teacher.
shark?
Yeah.
You don't swim in the ocean?
Yeah,
No,
but then
I have problem in the pool, in the shower. If I think about this, I have a panic attack, and sometimes I haven't. Yes, I have a nightmares with this sometimes.
oh, that's interesting. But I think you can conquer this phobia because honestly speaking, I have never heard of any shark attack in a shower.
Oh my gosh.
Yes,
Yeah, I know.
I was trying to remember, and I even asked my friend Google here. Okay, as you were saying, Google said,
I know.
so far, there has
So
not
so
been
good.
any shark attack. So maybe you could relax yourself a little
It's funny,
bit.
teacher, because my father, for example, it's very kind with me when we stay or in the sea or in the pool, for example. My father start to make a sound with it, the film about the shark,
You remember the song?
and I have a lot of problem with this. I have a panic
Oh my
about this.
gosh.
Yes, we are going to
Even-
talk about.
Because your trauma.
Yes, we are going
Yeah.
to talk about it.
Yeah,
Yes.
can be
You
a
can blame
film
him.
about
You can
this.
blame him.
Yes. My father, on the other hand, was such a nice man that the first time we went to Rio, it was such a beautiful day, and my father decided to take my brother and I to the movies to watch the release of the movie Jaws, the first, Jaws. Jaws
No.
was
What
the original name of the shark, that famous. The name in English was not shark. The name in English was Jaws. And that that is the reason why many Brazilians, when they are in Miami or in California and they see the shark fin, you know, that thing that you see, it's called fin, okay? Shark's fin. They start screaming, Jaws, Jaws, because they remember the movie. But Jaws is not the animal. Jaws is this part. Jaws. So nobody understands what they are screaming. They're like, Jaws, Jaws. And actually should be shark, shark. Because in California, there are lots of sharks. In Brazil, I think you only need to worry about in Recife.
Recife.
Yeah, anyway, we went to see Jaws in Rio. Well, the next day, of course, I couldn't go into the water. I was afraid. Okay.
Teacher, it's very funny because now in this year that I was to Canada, I was with my husband in the aquarium. And yes, I cried in the middle of the aquarium because the shark is in my above my head. Yeah. So,
because you walk in a tunnel.
Yeah, I started crying in the middle of the aquarium.
Yes, that's a phobia because crying is one of the symptoms, understand? So that is a phobia, yes. Okay.
You never treat yourself, Carol?
No, I comment that in therapy, but I think it's a trauma. I couldn't remember if I saw the film when I was child. Yeah. And nowadays it's much better. It's much better. But in the past it was very difficult. I had nightmares with this, and I wake up screaming and with a pen, normally in my leg, for example, for the bite of the shark.
The bite.
The bite.
But the leg was always there.
Yeah. I think so.
That's good. Gloria, are you afraid of anything? Whatever, whatsoever?
I'm afraid of English, teacher. I freeze when I have to talk.
Good, Gloria.
I think I didn't need to listen.
I have a trauma.
Okay, so please take this.
You can. Can you treat me, teacher?
Yes.
He's trying.
Please, you have
Still.
cure me, teacher.
Yes, please. You can take the seat. Sit at the chair. Make yourself comfortable, and we'll talk about it. I'm sure I will help you solve this problem. Tonight is gonna be a therapy session, not an English class. All right? Oh my gosh! I need to ask for a raise.
Just because Gloria, teacher.
Gloria is special.
Regina, Oscar, Patricia. How about you guys? Aren't you afraid of anything in this whole world?
I don't like to drive. I don't like to drive on night.
At night.
At night in the
I don't either.
rainy day.
I don't like any time.
Yeah, it's very dangerous. I afraid to drive in the night, especially in the road. In the road.
Yeah, I don't like driving either.
Yeah.
If I could afford, I would always have a driver.
Yes.
Really, teacher? I love driving.
Yes.
Me too. Me too.
My brother is crazy. The one who lives in Belgium, understand?
Yeah.
He can drive 1,000 km in a single day. For me, it would take 1 week to drive 1,000. I would stop every city, spend the night there, continue the next day.
Me too. It's a good idea. Me too.
Yes.
Yeah. In the phobia, I think I have height phobia.
Ah,
Really?
Yes, yes, yes.
You're afraid of heights.
Heights, yeah. I don't like to stay, to wait so close to the border in the high building, for example.
So you didn't even step at that glass floor at the CN Tower in Toronto then?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, my wife didn't even get close to that.
Yes.
I told her, let's take a photograph. She said, no.
Yeah.
No, take a photograph out of the window. I said, I want you standing there. No.
many
Didn't
people,
even
many
are
people,
afraid.
many
Yeah.
people
I don't know the
have a
English
phobia.
word. I don't know in English word. Ficar tonto.
You get dizzy.
Ah, dizzy. I got dizzy in this situation. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Dizzy.
Ah, thank you. Dizzy.
Dizzy.
Yeah.
Or you can also say light-headed. Okay?
Okay. Thank you. Dizzy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
No problem. When I mentioned shark fin, I was going to say something. If you ever go into a prime Chinese restaurant, but it has to be prime, the best of the best. Look in the menu. You will find a shark fin soup.
It's good?
For me, it tastes like hot water with a taste only. Understand? But it's amazing. You're not going to believe the price. Because in the Chinese culture, they say this is aphrodisiac. Understand? And it costs like $150 a kilo of the fin. And if you Google, like shark's fin fishing, you are going to get very angry with what they do, because they catch, especially the Japanese, to export to China. They catch, for example, 1,000 sharks. They cut off only the fin, and they throw the shark back into the water. Without the fin, the shark cannot guide itself, and because of the bleeding, it will attract other sharks to attack it. So it's a genocide, understand? And you see those big boats with 1,000, 2,000, 3,000 fins. That means they have killed 2,000, 3,000 sharks, but the price of the shark meat is like $2 a kilo. The fin is 150. Okay, so there are many international laws trying to ban this, to make it prohibit, because it's a genocide of sharks only for the fin. Because some Chinese say it's aphrodisiac, it's their natural Viagra, understand? But for me, it tastes like nothing, just hot water, okay? And you pay a lot. I think it's like maybe $30 for just a soup or a hot water, okay? Vanessa, Cecilia already told me. Yes, Cecilia?
What? Oh, sorry, teacher.
I want to know if you have anything that you are afraid of, or anything.
I'm afraid about my future. Just that.
Oh, no.
Nowadays, me too.
We all are.
We graduated soon, so I don't know.
We are all
My
on
future.
the same boat, okay? Don't worry about
No
that.
matter the age, it's always the same.
Yes, don't worry about this.
Yes.
Yes.
I think,
Don't worry.
I used to listen. The future belongs to God. I think only God knows what's gonna happen in this new world that we are going to face after this pandemic, okay? All right?
Yes.
So we just need to wait, relax, and try to live your life, okay? Is there anyone else that would like to share his fears or phobias? Because we are going to try to understand the difference between a fear and a phobia. Is there anyone else? Vanessa, Dirce, I haven't heard. Ghislaine?
I don't like it driving, but it's not phobia. But my husband, he has phobia about birds.
About birds?
Birds. Birds. A lot of kinds.
Really?
Of kinds.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing, really amazing. The number of phobias that exist. Like birds. I had never heard of that one. A bird phobia.
I don't
Yes.
like butterfly.
Okay. Patricia, is there anything you are afraid of or any phobia that you have? Patricia, are you with us?
Hi, teacher.
Is there anything that you are afraid of or any phobia that you have? Alicia? No. Camila?
Hello, Roberto.
Hello there.
I don't have phobia, but I have afraid.
I'm afraid.
I'm afraid to die.
You're
After
afraid?
yeah.
Oh, when you
After
say
my children born.
Okay.
Oh, yes.
Every time we say I am afraid, okay, it's always afraid of.
Oh.
And because of the of, we need to say dying. Okay?
Dying. Okay.
You cannot say I'm afraid to die. I'm afraid of dying. Yeah, because you are thinking about your children, you know? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's terrible. How about anyone else? Is there anyone else? Yes, a lot of concerns about the children. Is there anyone else that hasn't mentioned his phobia? I'd like to know everyone.
I think that I don't have phobia.
You're not afraid.
I am not afraid. I'm afraid of.
Yeah, like Oscar said, I'm not afraid of driving. If I have to drive, I drive, but I don't like driving.
Yes.
Me too. I don't like it, but I drive a lot.
Yeah, no, I avoid.
Yeah, yes.
when I drive, if it's an emergency, then I drive, understand? But if you call me up in the middle of the night to do something, I'll say, well, let's do it tomorrow, okay? You see, I myself, I don't have any phobia, really phobia. My wife is claustrophobic, okay? We discovered this when we were in Ouro Preto and we went to visit a certain tunnel there, and she panicked, like Carol said. She had the same symptoms. The heart started beating, she turned it around, she started screaming, crying, and she left the cavern desperate, understand? And it took like more than 1 hour to calm her down. Yes. And now when we enter in a long tunnel, it doesn't, even like the Holland Tunnel in New York or any tunnel that's more than like 500 meters, she starts panicking. Then I tell her
what she does about what she does is correct.
What does she do about it? Yes.
What does she do about it?
She has never seeken any treatment. What I do, I know. I just try to calm her down. Understand? Like, close your eyes, okay?
Oh, it's a good idea. My friend has a
He's
phobia.
afraid of?
My friend has a phobia about elevator.
Elevators.
Elevator.
It's a kind of claustrophobia.
Yes. Yeah.
Yes, he's claustrophobic. Yes, because it's a closed space. Understand?
Space.
Yes, that's exactly the definition. Understand? Like my wife, when she sees a tunnel, she doesn't see the light at the end of the tunnel. She gets
impossible to control about this.
Yes, so I just tell her, close her eyes, breathe, breathe normally, count to 10. Sometimes I have to tell her count to 100. Understand?
Yeah,
It's a bit long.
Yeah, teacher, for
Yeah.
her to do a magnetic resonance is almost impossible, no?
Yes.
Terrible,
Yes.
no?
That
For
the
me, it's
name of
terrible.
that in English is CAT scan.
Powerful.
Ah, eu chutei.
Yes,
Can.
CAT scan.
CAT scan.
Yeah, it's computerized 80 technology scanning, something like this, understand? Because they
Okay.
scan your entire body. Yes.
The sound is terrible. The sound.
Yeah,
Yes, it's terrible.
it's always something that like I'm like inside of a video game.
Yeah.
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 You see, yeah, I did one a couple years ago. I didn't like it. It's not something that we like.
Nobody like
Kind
it.
of strange.
Nobody.
But, you know, as I said, I try to relax. I close my eyes and
I close my eyes too.
relax, and that's it.
That seems like a cough.
Yes, I close my eyes.
Yes.
I close
But
my eyes.
when I close my eyes, I think in the shark. So in this
Okay.
case, really, I always stay with my husband. Exam.
Carol, I have good news for you. I asked Google here. Google says there has never been any shark attack inside of CAT scanner. Never.
It's impossible.
So don't worry about it.
Because it's funny.
You cannot explain.
Yeah, and you think, don't think in shark, don't think in the shark,
You're
don't think
thinking-
in the zombie apocalypse, and when you think about everything.
Yes.
But you keep repeating the word to yourself, so you keep
Yeah.
thinking about it. Yes. There is only one thing in this whole word that I really don't like. It's not that I'm afraid, I just don't like. If I have to, I'll take actions. But this week, I was not home to take action. So my wife had to do it. And she called me on the phone desperate. Look what happened. Right? She opened the door in the morning. In front of the door, she just saw this beautiful thing. Okay.
Snake.
A spider.
No, a spider is
Is a snake? Oh my gosh.
I'm trying to share, Carol. Just a moment. I don't know why it's not appearing here. Okay, let me try again. Yes, here. Look. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
And when she saw it, this was like about 1.5
Who died?
meters.
She killed.
Only the snake. My wife.
Wow.
Yes, and the snake.
What's the name of this snake?
Oscar.
What's kind? White kind?
Yes.
Cobra d'água.
No way.
No.
No. By the shape of the head, because it's an angular shape, you can see it's a poisonous. But
X-head, X-head.
That's the point, Oscar. I tried. My wife said, "What kind of snake is this?" I enlarged it many times, but I couldn't identify.
Yes, it's impossible.
Who?
My wife, yes, because she was like, "Roberto!" And then she thought, "He's not here." Oh my gosh! And then she just got a piece of wood and she beat it up many times, understand? But this is terrible. It's not every day. I think it's the third or the fourth snake in the past 10 years, but they are scary, understand? So I don't like snakes, okay?
Me too.
I've had some bad experience with the snakes, so that's not my favorite thing, okay? But anyway, let's go to what it matters. Let's see if we can understand what is the difference between just a fear of something and a phobia, okay? Because there is a very interesting difference. So can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a jack-o'-lantern here. Use it for Halloween.
Halloween, yeah.
Yes, that's why, that's the origin of the famous word Girimum in the northeast
Yeah,
part of
you
Brazil.
say.
All right, because the guy, an Englishman, would make this, put in front of his house, and his name was Jerry Moon. And the people would say,
Jerry Moon.
yeah, and people would say, olha a Bob do Jerry Moon, olha a Bob do Jerry Moon. And people got used to saying Girimum, understand? But anyway, many people are afraid of this jack-o'-lantern, okay? So I'm going to play the passage for you, and I want you to try to concentrate and understand and see if you can learn the difference between to be afraid of something or to fear something and a phobia. There is it's not even a subtle line. It's a very interesting separation line dividing these, okay? Can you listen?
No. No.
Not yet.
No?
No,
Not
not
yet.
yet.
No.
Okay. Let me try again. Can you listen now?
You need that reaction
Yes,
to
yes,
Yes,
yes.
now.
No, perfect.
survive a threat.
I'll just put
It's
it back
useful
at the
to
beginning.
be afraid. Darla jumped when the ghost popped out of the bushes. I can't believe I'm scared, she thought, heart pounding. It's Halloween. That's just someone dressed up like a ghost. Everyone gets scared sometimes. It's a normal reaction. You need that reaction to survive. When faced with a threat, it's useful to be afraid and get out of the way so that you won't get hurt. You can also learn fears through experience. Greg, for example, once fell off a ladder. After that, he was afraid to climb a ladder. He finally realized all he had to do was be careful when using one. As you get older, you may outgrow some fears. Maybe you used to be afraid of the dark or of spiders. Different people are afraid of different things over time. Fear or phobia. Fears can be mild or severe. Mild fear just makes you feel slightly nervous, but intense fear can make you sweat. Your heart may beat faster. You may even have trouble breathing. Sometimes fear becomes extreme and unreasonable. This is known as a phobia. Phobias are fears that make people feel out of control. Sometimes people with phobias feel sick. Some of them get headaches, high blood pressure, ulcers, skin rashes, nausea, or other medical problems. Doctors believe that most of these phobias, like Greg's, are learned. But in some cases, a phobia follows an unrelated trauma, such as a death in the family. And the tendency to develop some phobias may run in families. Extreme fears. Phobias can be about things, activities, or situations. For example, people can have phobias about cats, storms, or heights. These are called specific phobias. Other people may be afraid of going to parties or being with other people because they think they would feel judged, embarrassed, rejected, or scared of offending people. Such a phobia is known as social anxiety disorder or social phobia. Tess, for instance, would not play with other kids, and she sweated, blushed, and stammered if she had to speak in school. Still, other people have a type of phobia called a panic disorder. They suddenly feel very frightened for no reason. They may sweat, tremble, faint, have trouble breathing, or get very sick. Worst of all, they never know when a panic attack will strike. Phobias often have weird names. Some examples are arachnophobia, fear of spiders, brontophobia, fear of thunderstorms, claustrophobia, fear of enclosed spaces, myoxophobia, fear of slime, and arachibutyrophobia, fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. Taming the fear. If a phobia interferes with daily life, it's time to do something about it. Psychologists have several suggestions for dealing with phobias. Talk about the phobia with someone you trust. Breathe deeply and try to relax when you think about the thing you fear. Try to visualize what you fear to lessen the phobia. Try to think positive thoughts. Replace, "I'm so scared," with, "I'm going to be okay." Slowly count to 10. Tell yourself you will be all right when you reach 10. If these things don't help, see your doctor. He or she may refer you to a psychologist or psychiatrist. These experts can help you learn to overcome a phobia. Sometimes they use a method called systematic desensitization. This involves getting used to something one step at a time. Hannah saw a psychologist about her fear of dogs. The psychologist had her face her fear in stages. First, Hannah relaxed. Then, she imagined she was near a friendly dog. Third, she looked at pictures of dogs. Finally, she went up to a real dog and patted its head. Another useful technique is virtual reality exposure. Carl overcame his fear of flying this way. He sat in a computer-controlled virtual plane that never left the ground. He experienced takeoffs, landings, and flying in all kinds of weather. It's important to realize that phobias can be treated. Most people who seek treatment completely overcome their fears for life, according to the American Psychiatric Association. This is true even if your fears are worse than the usual Halloween jitters.
Okay. Did you guys understand it or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Just trying to close the window here. It's getting colder and colder. Okay. Sorry. I'm back. Did you understand the difference between a simple fear or an extreme fear and a phobia or no?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So it's funny because two of the phobias mentioned here, they are real in the class, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Shark and cats.
Cats.
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Okay. And close the space, like the friend of someone here. I think Regina, I don't remember. I think it's Regina, who has a friend who is afraid of enclosed spaces.
Elevators.
Yes, my sister-in-law is also very much afraid of these. Every time I used to live in a building on the 9th floor, and she would always walk up the stairs.
The
Always.
stairs.
She never took the elevator.
Mm-hmm.
She was really glad when I moved to a house. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to play it again. So now I want you to listen, especially because there are some phobias that have very bizarre names, okay? Even in Portuguese, I really don't know where the crazy psychiatrists come up with these names, okay? I don't know if it's Greek, if it's Latin, I have no idea, okay? But the names of... For me, it must be whatever, because they are so, some of them are so common that we become used to, but like one of the phobias mentioned here, afraid of getting peanut butter stuck to the roof of the mouth.
Yeah, this is the worst one that I saw.
Yes.
Can you imagine?
Yeah, I had a terrible experience with this in a friend's home. At the first time I ate peanut butter, it got stuck to the roof of my mouth. And I tried with my tongue and I couldn't get it out. So I needed, excuse me, I went to the bathroom and got it out with the finger. And then I discovered that's why Americans only eat peanut butter with jam.
Okay.
The jam the jam is the best lubricant for the peanut butter. The peanut butter goes down very nicely, understand?
I
Without the
never
jam,
heard about this. Oh my gosh.
Carol, if you just make yourself a sandwich only with peanut butter, when you bite it, it will get stuck to the roof of your mouth.
Really?
And you have to put the finger there. Oh. And it's terrible. If you're sitting
Like
with
power
friends,
milk, teacher.
is it the
Yes, I
same?
was saying.
I
I
never
always do
tried
this.
power milk.
No, it's really
Yeah.
good, teacher.
Power milk.
Yes, but
Founder,
peanut butter,
founder, né?
yeah,
Founder milk.
Yeah,
Founder.
power is to give you power. But anyway, peanut butter,
Founder.
only peanut butter, if you eat it, it will get stuck. And then if you, one side of the bread, you put jam, and then on the other side, you put peanut butter as much as you want, and then you paste them together, you can eat it, and the peanut butter will zoom, slide it down. It's true, believe me. I have taught not only my children, my nephews and niece to eat peanut butter with jam because of this. It never gets stuck to the roof of the mouth. All right. This time I'm going to show you the passage and I'm going to play you the passage so you can listen and see.
Conquering Fears and Phobias. Darla jumped when the ghost popped out of the bushes. I can't believe I'm scared, she thought, heart pounding. It's Halloween. That's just someone dressed up like a ghost. Everyone gets scared sometimes. It's a normal reaction. You need that reaction to survive. When faced with a threat, it's useful to be afraid and get out of the way so that you won't get hurt. You can also learn fears through experience. Greg, for example, once fell off a ladder. After that, he was afraid to climb a ladder. He finally realized all he had to do was be careful when using one. As you get older, you may outgrow some fears. Maybe you used to be afraid of the dark or of spiders. Different people are afraid of different things over time. Fear or phobia. Fears can be mild or severe. Mild fear just makes you feel slightly nervous, but intense fear can make you sweat. Your heart may beat faster. You may even have trouble breathing. Sometimes fear becomes extreme and unreasonable. This is known as a phobia. Phobias are fears that make people feel out of control. Sometimes people with phobias feel sick. Some of them get headaches, high blood pressure, ulcers, skin rashes, nausea, or other medical problems. Doctors believe that most of these phobias, like Greg's, are learned. But in some cases, a phobia follows an unrelated trauma, such as a death in the family. And the tendency to develop some phobias may run in families. Extreme fears. Phobias can be about things, activities, or situations. For example, people can have phobias about cats, storms, or heights. These are called specific phobias. Other people may be afraid of going to parties or being with other people because they think they would feel judged, embarrassed, rejected, or scared of offending people. Such a phobia is known as social anxiety disorder or social phobia. Tess, for instance, would not play with other kids, and she sweated, blushed, and stammered if she had to speak in school. Still, other people have a type of phobia called a panic disorder. They suddenly feel very frightened for no reason. They may sweat, tremble, faint, have trouble breathing, or get very sick. Worst of all, they never know when a panic attack will strike. Phobias often have weird names. Some examples are arachnophobia, fear of spiders, brontophobia, fear of thunderstorms, claustrophobia, fear of enclosed spaces, myoxophobia, fear of slime, and arachibutyrophobia, fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. Taming the fear. If a phobia interferes with daily life, it's time to do something about it. Psychologists have several suggestions for dealing with phobias. Talk about the phobia with someone you trust. Breathe deeply and try to relax when you think about the thing you fear. Try to visualize what you fear to lessen the phobia. Try to think positive thoughts. Replace, "I'm so scared," with, "I'm going to be okay." Slowly count to 10. Tell yourself you will be all right when you reach 10. If these things don't help, see your doctor. He or she may refer you to a psychologist or psychiatrist. These experts can help you learn to overcome a phobia. Sometimes they use a method called systematic desensitization. This involves getting used to something one step at a time. Hannah saw a psychologist about her fear of dogs. The psychologist had her face her fear in stages. First, Hannah relaxed. Then, she imagined she was near a friendly dog. Third, she looked at pictures of dogs. Finally, she went up to a real dog and patted its head. Another useful technique is virtual reality exposure. Carl overcame his fear of flying this way. He sat in a computer-controlled virtual plane that never left the ground. He experienced takeoffs, landings, and flying in all kinds of weather. It's important to realize that phobias can be treated. Most people who seek treatment completely overcome their fears for life, according to the American Psychiatric Association. This is true even if your fears are worse than the usual Halloween jitters.
How was it now? How was it now? Was it better?
It's better.
Yes. Better. Very better.
Were there many words that you were not
She
familiar with?
read slowly. It's good.
Gloria, are you calmer? Did you count to 10?
Yeah.
See, I can't even listen to your heart pounding. So that means
Yes.
you're okay.
I'm sweating, teacher.
You're sweating.
I'm sweating now. Cold sweating.
Yes, I think it's because it's hot there, okay? It's not because you were afraid of it. It was a walk in the park. Now, was there any word that just came out, like something like that shocked you? Like, what the hell is this? I've never seen this word before. Because we have no time to discuss everything. But if there is any word that just came into your mind, maybe we can...
Stammer.
What is that? Two people spoke at the same time. I got a little... What was it? Raquel and Carol?
Yes. And she sweat, blush, and stammered if she had to speak in school.
Stammering. Okay.
Yes.
This is easy. This is when you
okay.
You can't say it. You know, your voice gets. It's the same of stutter. Stutter or stammer, they are synonyms. Where is it? Do you know?
Yes, in the end of the page.
Stammer is the same of stutter. I think it's double T too, okay? Yes. Stutter. Like he stutters all the time, like good. No?
Like me
The person who speaks like that, teacher, it has a name, like Gago?
Stammerer or stutterer.
Yes. They call that the person.
Yes, you just use the verb and add ER and you get the person. Like I teach I am a what? A teacher.
No, I just want to know if it has
Yes.
another.
Yes, stammerer. Yes, or a stutterer. Okay.
Okay.
But usually they don't call names. They just say he stammers or he stutters when he speaks. Understand? Because this is a kind of not politically correct to name a person for a disability that he or she has. Understand?
Yes. Yes.
So probably you will never listen to a person saying, the guy is a stammerer. Understand? Like, well, he has a little difficulty while speaking. Okay? Nowadays, in English, they are avoiding using all words, even like a person that is blind. They don't call him a blind person.
What they call?
Visually impaired.
Okay.
Impaired. Okay? Like, well, he has some visual problems. He's visually impaired. In between lines, you get the idea that the guy is blind. Okay? But it's not politically correct anymore. Nowadays, there are so many things like this. Okay? Like,
It's like a deficiente visual here.
yes, yes.
It's not cego.
Exactly. It's not politically correct anymore. Okay? It's just like, remember, some time ago, you would call a person, oh, he's fat or she's fat. Nobody uses that.
I still call that.
No, you shouldn't. When you refer to
No,
your
I say to my
teacher,
brother, you are obese, so you have to treat yourself.
Jesus Christ, that's even worse than fat.
But no, because it's the reality, teacher. It's a disease. It's a disease and it's what he is.
No, obesity, yes, I agree.
Yeah.
I'm not at that point yet, so I'm okay. Anyway, we don't call anyone a fat person anymore. We say he or she is heavy. Okay?
Heavy?
Yes.
Yeah, I think heavy is worse.
I don't know what is worse, really.
No, heavy. Or if you're referring to your teacher, you can say, my teacher is extremely fluffy. I would like that.
Better.
Heavy? No.
Okay. Oh, my teacher is extremely fluffy. Understand? That would be appropriate. Okay. All right. One more word only. I gotta go. I have another class to start in a few minutes. Was there any other word?
No.
Frightened.
Frightened is the same of afraid, scared, frightened. They are all synonyms. Okay? It's afraid. It's frightened. Is there any other? That's it?
That's it.
Okay, so let's call it for the evening. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Try to
You too,
relax. Carol,
Yes.
if you're taking a shower and you think of the sharks coming,
Remember, teacher.
No problem.
yes.
Teacher,
Remember
it's
what I
amazing. Send me
told
my
you.
father.
Okay,
Yeah.
remember what I told you. I asked it, sincerely asking Google. There has never been any case of shark attack in a shower. Okay? So that means it's not gonna happen to you, Carol, all right?
Okay.
Just relax, enjoy your shower, and have a fantastic weekend. You all right?
Thank you
Yes,
for your
thank you.
teacher.
Bye, guys.
See you guys
Bye,
on Monday.
guys. See you. Bye-bye.
Thank you, teacher.
Have a
See
nice
you.
weekend.
I will. Eat a lot of chocolate tomorrow.
Oh,